John the Baptist was a fearless prophet who prepared the way for Jesus. His tragic death at the hands of Herod teaches us valuable lessons about boldness, consequences of sin, God's sovereignty, plan of God, faithfulness. Through this passage, we see difference between righteousness and corruption. We read this in Matthew 14, verse 1 to 30. John the Baptist had publicly rebuked Herod for taking his brother's wife, Herodias. We read that in chapter 14, verse 3 to 4. This angered Herodias, leading to John's imprisonment. During Herod's birthday feast, Herodias' daughter danced before him, pleasing him. In a rash promise, he vowed to grant her whatever she asked. Influenced by her mother, she requested John's head on a platter. Though Herod was distressed, he did it out of fear of people. What are the key lessons we can learn? And the head was brought to Herodias. Lesson 1. Immorality and intention to harm we could see in Herod's life. We read in verse 3, for Herod seized John and bound him and put him to prison because of his wife Herodias. Herod knew John was a righteous man, but still chose to imprison him. Sin blinds people of truth and leads them to do deeper wickedness. Herod was a people pleaser. He feared man over God. Herod was more concerned about people's opinion than doing what was right. Fear of man often leads us to compromise and sin. We see John's boldness. John was not afraid to speak the truth. Faithfulness to God requires courage, even if it is costing us. We also read and study about Herodias. Herodias' grudge against John led to murder. Sin, when left unchecked, hardens heart. We read that in Matthew 14, verse 8, right? Prompted by her mother, she said, give me the head of John. Careless words we can read from Herod's life. Herod's reckless promise led to an irreversible tragedy. Words have power. Rash commitment can lead to destruction. In the midst of all this, John was executed. We can see God's sovereignty even in the death of John. His ministry was not in vain. God's plan was unfolding. John had fulfilled his purpose, preparing the way for Christ. Death is not the end of those who are faithful to God. We can also learn from the reaction of Jesus. Jesus took time to grieve and pray. In difficult times, we should seek God's presence and comfort and strength. Practical application. Stand for truth even if it is unpopular. Fear God, not man. Don't compromise righteousness for approval. Guard your heart against sin's progressions. Be mindful of your words. They have lasting consequences. Trust God's sovereignty even if it is in difficult situation. Take time to seek God in the moment of grief and hardship. To conclude, the death of John the Baptist seeks for remind us of the cost of truth and righteousness. Yet his faithfulness to God was not in vain. We too must stand firm in our faith, trust in God's approval, and seek his presence in all circumstances. God bless you.